Hello and welcome to this week's podcast YouTube video. My name is Kate May, Modern Day Mystic. So if you didn't know, you can catch me for a reading or a Feng Shui consultation analysis on katemay.co.uk. So this week's energies, it's exciting. Let's go in with the astrological aspects to it first and how you can use that for your Feng Shui and for the tarot, because it's so exciting. Then we're going to have a little look at some other things. So first of all, we've got the new moon in Cancer entering Wednesday this week. But before that, we've got Jupiter, the planet of luck, fortune, positive changes coming in on Tuesday, and that aligns with the sun. The sun comes into Jupiter. That means the sun is like our powerhouse, our charge. So when it connects to Jupiter like this, it's like manifestation week. This is like wishes on wishes. This is the week that you can really think about what it is you want to manifest, what energies you want to bring in for yourself, for the world, and get going with that. So Tuesday is like the game changer day. Now there are other aspects to the astrological lineup, which means it's a little bit challenging. We've got some squares going on. So there are some challenges, certainly at the beginning of the week, where it feels a bit changeable and perhaps uncertain, but it will filter out. But let's stay on this positive and focus on this positive aspect of Jupiter. Now, Jupiter in the tarot is ruled by the Wheel of Fortune. So imagine the Wheel of Fortune coming into your life from Tuesday. It's going to affect all zodiac signs because it's the sun. Now, the Wheel of Fortune is expansion, it's knowledge, it's learning, it's studying, it's encouraging you to come out of your comfort zones, to expand for greater things, to take a chance, to make a change, and to move from one side to another, to move you from one aspect of your life into another. And some of us feel a bit uncomfortable with that move and that shift. The summer solstice certainly gave a lot of perspective about where we've been over the last 6 months when we first started at the beginning of the year, and to where we're heading for the next 6 months, where we want to go. Are we on track of things? Do we want to talk about new things? Do we want to realign? Do we want to continue those dreams that we started in January? So it's like a midpoint of a checker and change around. And if we're going to change things, this is the week, this is the energy that we start to move into. So Tuesday's pivotal point tomorrow is that luck and that transformation of we can do this. We're going to go into a new direction, or we're going to look at what we want to expand, where we want our luck to come in. Now, the new moon in Cancer represents your home, your family, predominantly, depending on where Cancer sits in your chart. For me, it sits in my 6th house, so it's to do with my duty of care and health regime and my day-to-day routines there. Cancer cards, we've got the Ace of Cups, very emotional. So a lot of you are going to feel sensitive and emotional, but also very intuitive and loving. We've got the Four of Cups, all to do with emotions. Here we've got the moon in Cancer. When the moon is in Cancer, it's like double whammy of emotional, heightened, and feeling maybe even a bit down, a bit overwhelmed here. We've got the lovely Two of Cups, which is Venus in Cancer. So we've got love coming together. When Venus in Cancer, it's like we're loving people, we're loving life. It's like the ecstasy of the zodiac's energies there, or the tarot energy. It's like, oh, lovey-dovey. When we have Mercury in Cancer, we've got the Three of Cups. So we've got being comfortable with people. Cancer's energy is about comfort, security. It's like a big security blanket. Mercury in Cancer here with the Three of Cups is like we want to be around people. That's our comfort zone. So certainly this week or this month, you're going to start to feel that you want to be surrounded by comfort, surrounded by people that you gel with, surrounded by people that you feel are your people. And you may find that you're a lot more open to your intuition, your psychic abilities as well, and creative ventures, and ready perhaps for some new love or new friends. And we also have the Queen of Cups. So she's Cancer. So she and the Chariot, which I didn't get. How did I not get the Chariot when it's my favourite card? The Chariot, the Queen of Cups, let's go with her. She's about keeping a lid on your emotions, about looking at your own nurturing things, what fits for you, what suits you. Again, trusting your intuition, Funny, she comes up for me with twins quite a lot of the time, if there's twins there. But she is like queen of her emotions, and that lid on top, it's like saying we're keeping a lid on things here, on top of the cup, as opposed to the cup being exposed, like most of them are. Now, the Chariot card, which is my favourite, which is coming, is the homecoming card. And very much the Chariot being the home, the Chariot in his chariot, that's where he feels safe. So the home energy, and obviously that really reflects with Feng Shui, the home. This is a really good week or month to get your home in balance, to find peace in your home, to find love in your home. And honestly, I can absolutely help with that. If you are ready to take things to another level, if you want peace and harmony in your life, if you want success, if you want more money, if you want better relationships, we can do that in Feng Shui. I have seen it happen time and time. The game changer of Feng Shui is unreal. So I can do that. I don't have to come to your house. I can do it remotely, but we can certainly make your life a lot better. And this month, with the Cancer connection there, it's all about where you feel safe, where you feel in control. It's going to be really important. If you can set the tone now, it's going to have magical results. Really is going to have magical results. So if you're ready for a change and you're really up for it, get in touch and let's make some magic happen for you. Now, with the new moon in Cancer, new moon energy is clearly about new things, isn't it? Moon is all your intuition, and if it's a new moon, it's like we go into this new vibe. When it's a new moon or full moon, people think that you need to do things on the new moon. It's actually better to come up with that idea or think about that on the new moon, but don't implement it until 3 days later. So try and hold off your rituals, try and hold off your gatherings until you're about 3 days later, because then the moon starts to really activate the energy and it will be ready to then get sowing those seeds. It's like we're just prepping when we come into the new moon. We're just thinking about it, but get the action about 3 days later. So the moon is obviously the moon in the tarot card. And the moon is connected to Pisces, so intuitive, creative, fantasy, dreams. So pay attention to your dreams right now. But the new cards that you've got could be, you could use whatever it is that you want. You could use these cards around the home area. So we've got the Ace of, I found my Ace of Cups. I just had it. Oh, it's fallen. That's fallen. I'm shuffling things around. Okay, wow. We know what the Ace of Cups looks like. If you want new love, the Ace of Cups, pop that card into your southwest area, because that's going to activate new love, new energy for you there. If you want more money, if you're looking at a new job or new money, you want the Ace of Pentacles, and this is to go in the southeast area, preferably with your money bowl. Now, because we've got new energy, it's a really good time to look at your money, your wealth bowl. If you've had one out a few months, give it a bit of a clean up, maybe reset the energy, because we've had summer solstice as well. I'm going to talk about summer solstice energy in a second. But the Ace of Pentacles, great in the southwest area with your southeast area, with your wealth bowl or with your money tree. The Ace of Wands, which is passion, creation, ideas. It's like motivation. It's our energy, drive and our force. This is great around, well, you could put it in the north for your career if you want to have new ideas or be passionate and be driven. But I quite like this in the northwest area. Northeast area, because it comes in the area of spirituality, but also ideas and learning and creative energy. So I think this would be quite good in the northeast area, but you could put it in any area where you want that spark of inspiration. And then we've got the Ace of Swords. Now, this is very good in the north because it's good for new contracts, new directions, clear thinking, but also it could be good in the northeast area as well to give you that clarification. If you're ready to cut from certain people in your life and you want a fresh start in the north west area, it could go there, but north area is good for new contracts. So you could use those cards to help with your manifestation of new ideas, or certainly on your altars there. You could put those on your altars to activate and then write down your affirmations. Now, the summer solstice at the weekend, beautiful weather here in the south, beautiful weather. Northern Hemisphere. Now we had a fair actually on that day, so we were working, but we had the fair on the beach. So although we were working, we could see the beach around, which was so lovely. I would have been really pissed if I'd have been doing a fair somewhere else. To see the beach and to just be able to pop out there during the breaks was lush. I was like, well, we were busy, both me and my partner, and a few of the other stalls. Absolute chock-a-block. Although there wasn't a lot of people coming in, we were busy with the people that were coming in, and I didn't stop. I was flat out all day meeting some wonderful people. But the solstice energy, and they said that Stonehenge had the most amount of people ever this year. And I think that's to do with the weather, but more and more people are waking up, more and more people are wanting to experience things, more and more people are gravitating to the new age, or old age probably now, to spirituality a lot more there. So I think that accounts for that, but certainly the weather there. I don't like going to Stonehenge when it's commercial, when it's full of people. You wouldn't be able to get to the stones. Although the vibe would be good, absolutely. Me, I prefer, I've been many times, and we normally go with a private group where it's maybe less than 100 of us in there over the years. And that, I prefer that. It's a lot quieter, a lot more intimate, and you get to really feel the energy of the stones rather than the energy of the people. And 1111's just come up as I said that. Love that. So the solstice energy is really good for a reset, cleansing all those crystals. You can still do it today, cleansing all those crystals. But looking at the south area of your home is really important. Because the south, it connects to the sun's energy, but also not the south, sorry, it's because my south is there, the entrance, your hallway, your entrance, because the door is the mouth of chi. That is like your sun's entrance, how people come in. And if you use your back door or a side door, do activate your front door over this summer solstice. The front door is where the energy comes in. It's literally called the mouth of chi, and the hallway particularly. So pay attention to this area this week, especially as we've got that fortune, luck, that Jupiter energy in the on Tuesday coming in with the sun. So we've kind of got a double bubble. We've got the sun's energy from the solstice, and we've got the sun's energy with Jupiter, and that connects to your entrance area, that mouth of chi, where we're going to bring manifestations in, bring abundance in. So double check that you've got a clean door. I'm not kidding you, I'm going to show you. Just by chance, I booked in my painter and decorator to do my front door, and the weekend that he picked was this solstice weekend. Let me just show you. Now, if you didn't see it before, I still got the paint. So if you didn't see it before, this was all chipped. I cleaned up the area, and the whole door is now beautiful yellow, and it's all been painted lush. So, happy days. And the best time to do that is the summer solstice. And that's literally when it got finished on that Saturday. And I had no idea that that was a thing till I researched it after he'd been booked in. So I was just really lucky. So that to me is a good sign. So get your paint, if you need to get your paint out, get your front doors, get your hallways looking really sparkly. Make sure that they're clear of clutter, no coats or bags or shoes or things on the stairs. Really want that hallway that entrance area to be clear to let everything in. I used to have a mirror by the door that was there forever, and I recently took that mirror off, and yeah, I've had opportunities come in literally the day after I took the mirror off. Might even been the same day, but the mirror was reflecting the door, which means the energy is going out. Honestly, I can really help you guys game change your life. So do get in touch, because Feng Shui is just so magical for lots of things. So that is your astrology, tarot, Feng Shui little chit chat. Let's have a look at some other things then. One of the questions somebody asked me this week, and you can drop in some questions if you want, but one of them is, do our animals, do they go to the spirit world, and do they meet us when we're there? Absolutely. I was at a demonstration last week, and there was animals that were brought into the demonstration, which I've seen before. I've done readings before where I've brought all sorts of animals, from horses, dogs, cats, obviously, and I've seen some unusual pets come along. So absolutely, they do go to the spirit world. Whether that is the same spirit world that we go, or whether they have their own little identifying spirit world, I don't know. But what I do know is, because everything is by thought, and I'm assuming that their spirit place is slightly different because their thinking will be different, but we will absolutely still be connected to them, because we're connected to anything with love. We have a thread that continues with that love journey. So anyone that we've loved, anything that we've loved, we're going to continue that in the spirit world. So when we cross over, if our dogs or cats are already there, they may be like a ball of energy, because it's not necessarily seen as human in my I was going to say my experience, and I've never died to my knowledge, but in this life anyway, but from what I've learned is that we are like I can only explain it as like a ball of energy rather than a person. So we'll just know telepathically, we'll know that's our mum, that's our dad, by that vibration, by that feeling. We'll just consciously know, subconsciously. And with the same will be with animals, we'll know that's my dog, that's my cat, that's my horse. And in this life, we would imagine that it would be a vision of the horse galloping or a dog running up, but I feel like it's more likely just going to be that ball of light that we will know from that thread of love connection there. So absolutely. And I know that people have done visions of, they've looked into the spirit world, and they can see the animals really enjoying themselves, being free. When I've brought particularly dogs through before, usually they've passed from like an illness where they had no mobility. That's quite often what's happened with me. So what they're showing me is they're showing me the dog. I've got a really bad hay fever, excuse me. They're showing me them running around, and if they show me running around, then I know it's my sign to say like that they are able now. They're more fit and able. If they show me when they're at the bottom of somebody's foot or just on the lap, it has a different feeling of they didn't necessarily pass with anything going on with their mobility there. So they show me different ways of how they passed and connect to. But certainly I've seen many where they're running around, where they're free, where their tail is wagging, and they impress that image in my mind, because that would make more sense for me to articulate and share. If I just saw a ball of light in my mind, I'm like, well, what's that light going to come from? Is it this? Is it that? So it's going to be a lot easier to project to me how it would appear. But I think in reality, when we get there, it's more likely that we'll just know. We will just know, because we'll be that ball of light, as will they be that ball of light. And like attracts like there. And this is why, again, with, when people talk about, I don't want to say bad spirits, I don't really believe in bad spirit, but people that have done wrong on the earth plane, you're just not going to attract that. You're just not going to be connected to those type of people, because that's not your vibe. So you don't need to worry about that. And actually those type of people that, there's so many different avenues with it all, but those type of people that what we consider wrong, and again, what we consider to be wrong, somebody else could consider to do right. That's obviously not, I'm not talking about murdering people, that's always wrong, but certain acts that we consider to be wrong, somebody else might think that they did right in that. So they will have a different view and a different feeling, so therefore different reaction to that there. If they've really done some, universal damage there, that will be seen by the universe. But what we believe to be, as an individual, to be wrong and right, is measured. So that will be dealt with according. But anything that really is bad there, I believe that energy gets left in the earth plane. Those people get helped, they get into a space where their energy is not necessarily absorbed into a dark space, but their energy is balanced, and whether that takes some time, possibly there, and they get perhaps reconditioned around what's right and what's wrong, because some people do go off the ball. We've got what we're here to do in a good way, but then people do get distracted and go off their pathway there, so they may need some readjustment when they cross over with certain things there. But all in all, you're only going to be connected to that love energy. And certainly, you know, your animals in the spirit world will be waiting and ready for you when it's time for you. Now, I remember losing a pet, my first pet, Fifi, when we were younger, little cat, and she used to suckle on the bed covers. And when she first died, both me and my brother, he had separate rooms, we would both feel this pouring on the bed, and I would hear this suckling going on the covers there, and this nestling. You just feel this nestling energy. And when my other cat died, Sophie, when she died, she would always paw the bed, and both of us again separately would always feel her pawing the bed and just settling themselves down there. So absolutely, animals can communicate, will communicate, and sometimes if they had a certain smell, you might smell them. I'm never going to be able to smell that because I don't smell, but you might be able to smell them. I used to, not often, but I used to get it out the corner of my eye. I would see the cat just go past there at home. I've had lots of cats that have passed. My ginger cats, my Baby and Zeus, and I'm not sure which one because they're both ginger, but I've seen out the corner of my eye in the hallway several times them just go past, go through the wall, but because it's so quick and subtle, I see this ginger fluff on the ground. I don't see which cat it is there. You get like a vibe of what it is, but I haven't been sure. Whereas the other one had a black cat, so she's easy to see, and Fifi was a little grey cat, so she's easy to pick out there. But yes, so the question, do your animals reconnect to you, or reconnect to them? Absolutely. And they still will be around you right now. So last but not least, what have I been up to? What's coming up? So like I said, I had the fair at the summer solstice Gaiety Suite. Met some beautiful people there. I went to I love car places. Went to a supercar show yesterday, Sunday, down at Stansted House. Nearly thought it was, that's in Rolling Castle, nearly thought it was Staunton Park. Could have ended up in a really wrong place there. Lastminute.com, we found the real place. Beautiful cars. I do love a shiny car, even though I don't drive. I do love a shiny car. There's a gold one. It was really smart. Don't really know a lot about cars, but I like the way that these cars sounded, and definitely the way they looked in their interior there. It was a Rolls Royce. I do love a Rolls Royce. In the week, I went to see an amazing medium, Kerry Ann, who gave a message to me that to pass on. She wasn't aware it was to pass on, but the message wasn't for me. The connection with the name, the condition of how he passed, was for somebody else. And it just happened to be that it was their wedding day as well that day. So that was a really pleasurable thing to be able to pass that message on. Sometimes when you go to demonstrations, you are the messenger, and that's what I was that night. I wasn't meant to get a message for me, contact for me. I was meant to have it for somebody else, and they were over the moon with that message when they got it. So that's a joy for both me, for both Kerry Ann, and for the person. So a few happy links going on there. I had a lovely networking meeting this week as well. I've started to go out a bit more to some networking meetings after lots of trying to, but not getting round to it for one thing or another. Starting to make myself get there, and met some lovely girls in a holistic one, so I should definitely go back to that. Also went to a big networking meeting that our local council put on, our Portsmouth Council put on, and learnt loads of good tips there. So it's worth going. If you've got your own business, it's certainly worth going to networking meetings, to hook up with people, to pass on your tips or get their tips, and to really connect, to network, funny enough. So I've done quite a lot of networking. I'd say this week is more about networking. I did have a super exciting opportunity though. I have had a super good opportunity with my book. Not going to share too much, but I have now posted or sent the the book proposal off. Oh, and 11/11's just come up when I said that. So the book proposal has been sent off, so we'll watch this space. Today, I know some lovely girls are looking at revamping my whole website, so I'm literally upgrading my life and upgrading my website and the way that I do certain things. There's going to be some new things on YouTube to do with some tarot teachings there. All my courses that I've recorded are being re-recorded for this upgrade, because they're going to have new branding and they're just going to be a bit easier. So you're going to have a members area. So once you've got a members area, you'll be able to just click in and see everything that you've ever bought from me, all your downloads, all your courses. It's going to be in an easy access area. And if you have already bought the tarot course from me, you will get a link for a whole brand new, it's going to be exactly the same, it's just laid out slightly different, and with the branding different. So the content will be the same, although I am re-recording it, but the content is the content. So you will get a link if you've already bought one, just for the upgrade there. So excited for this new website and this change around, and certainly just feels right with the summer solstice, my new front door, and this lucky fortune, wheel of fortune, Jupiter coming around Tuesday. So good luck with everything this week, guys, and seriously think about what changes you want in your life. How can you manifest them? What can you do about them? And if you're not happy in an area, you have a choice. You absolutely have a choice. Some people say, no, I haven't. I've still got to pay the bills. I've still got to do this. You still have a choice. You might choose not to have a choice, but you still have a choice there. And if you're really ready, if you want to help yourself, you want to game change your life, get in touch for a Feng Shui free consultation. Let's talk about it. You can absolutely do a Feng Shui reading, my favourite bespoke reading, and we do give a lot, I give a lot of tips around your home without even having to have the analysis in that reading. So welcome to get in touch with that. Have a fabulous and beautiful week, and I will see you next week.